Yes, Dr. Marlene Wasserman is with us this morning, better known as Dr. Eve. We're talking relationships, so you're going to need to write this number down, 0839133728. Yes, that's the number you need to dial. If you want to talk about this, we are talking about compromising, controlling, fixing, changing a partner. So not changing partner or swapping them out. We're actually talking about changing the shape of someone's character. Doctor, welcome to the show.
I just hear those words and I like freeze. Compromising, controlling, changing.
Don't say too much just yet, because we're going to go to our streets and find out what you think this morning. So this is what we're talking about. Changing a partner. We hit the streets.
To change something about my partner, if it's beneficiary for the relationship, I think I would.
At the end of the day, he has to change for me because he wants to. I shouldn't make him change anything.
It depends if it's negative, but usually I think one needs to accept how it is, and if you think something is wrong, maybe it's something wrong with yourself and you need to adapt and change perhaps instead.
Yeah, she must be willing to want to change. In that aspect, yes, it is okay if she wants to change. If she doesn't, we're gonna fight a lot about it. So it depends on if she wants to change as well.
No, I don't think it's okay to want to change something in your partner. I think if you loved your partner well enough for them to know that them staying the same is not good enough, they would want to change by themselves.
Well, we're taking a look at you on the streets and also having big discussions here in studio. Love it when Dr. Eve comes in, but she's here for you this morning, 0839133728. We're talking about changing a partner in a relationship. Doctor, let's just get straight into this. Is it normal to want to change certain things about your partner?
You know, we meet somebody and within 7 minutes, you know what you're getting. And you immediately in your brain think, I'm going to change that, I'm going to change that. It is the most natural and also the most unhealthy thing to want to do. We want to have a mirror of who we are. So we look at this person, we think, if you were like this, or if you dressed like that, if you smelt like that, if you behaved that way, if your personality was different, or if you had a different job, I'm going to love you more. So my task is going to be to change you to make me happy.
Immediately, I'm starting to think about people who want to change their ex. We've had the call on the show before where someone is still or without the ex, and still you want to change that person. You're expecting a different kind of behavior. Yeah. Is it unnatural to want to perhaps change someone's core character traits?
You're laughing. It's very unnatural to want to do it. It's very unnatural. It's very natural to want to do it. It's very unnatural and unhealthy to try and do it. It's going to lead to an enormous amount of tension and frustration and conflict in a relationship. This is an initial for everybody, wanting to change somebody to better suit our needs and our wants. One of the first things that we do with relationships in order to change the person is to get ourselves comfortable. So what do? Is we put in something called restrictions, which are known as rules. So it's like, you can't go out with your friends, or I think that you eat too much, or I think that you shouldn't be smoking. And the reason that we do that is not really because we think of the well-being of the other person. It's because we want to feel safe.
Immediately, I want to break it down, Doctor, because now we just want to make sure what is character, what is habits, what is... You're in love, you're with a partner, and they leave their shoes lying around.
Right.
If something's habit and something's character, break it down for us. What's the difference?
Okay, so character is innate. What one is, how one expresses oneself in the world, your value system, things that you really are, just come naturally to you, things that you really pride yourself on. Your values, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Traits, are things that are habits, what you call habit. The opposite of traits would be habits. So those are things like leaving your shoes around, or being tidy or being untidy. But also you can just find that somebody's pathologically untidy and you're never really going to change it. It may be changing and adapting. Let me just say this straight away, Ilana, that the most important requirement for any relationship to survive is something called flexibility. You have to have flexibility in order to tolerate those little habits that other people have. You cannot change a personality trait, and why should you? Why should you want to do that? It's judgmental and it's put somebody into a box where they're really going to struggle to fit into and feel mostly that they're rejected and unloved.
You're saying amazing words this morning.
Yes, you like that?
No, because I'm hooked on the notion of character and habit and character and all of these things. Flexibility in a relationship. You're saying stuff that we really want.
Yeah.
What do you want? 083 9133 728. You need to give us a call. Dr. Eve is in our studio. We're talking about changing a partner. So changing character within someone because you just don't like it. 083 9133 728. Give us a call. Katlego, over to you.